Today we're going to do a science experiment with fresh and salt water. Penny, which helps objects to float better, fresh water or salt water?
Fresh.
You think fresh? Why?
Just because, salt water might be, older, way older.
Older?
So,
Okay.
And fresh water is fresh.
All right. We have 2 jars here that I've already put water in. I don't think it's the same amount, whatever, but both of them are just water out of the tap. Okay,
so it's both fresh.
Right, both of it's fresh water right now. So we are going to, at this point, you're going to add salt to one of the glasses and make it salt water.
How much?
Which one are you going to choose?
This one.
Okay, so we're going to pause while we're mixing this in.
How much?
We're going to put a bunch in. Try not to touch it to the water. So we're going to pause while we do this. We've put the salt in. We used 4 tablespoons of salt. We might need to add a little bit more, or we might not have needed that much, but right now we're mixing it in, getting it good and salty. It should be good.
It's starting to mix, really good.
Okay, we have an egg. And while she's mixing,
You'll show the egg.
here's the instructions that we're going from. You got it? Do you need me to help a little bit?
I don't know if it's done. It doesn't seem
Let me
done.
see.
Yeah, it doesn't look done.
We're just trying to get it good and mixed up and make it be like the ocean.
I want to try it. No.
You want to drink it?
Yeah.
Ooh, no, that would be nasty.
I don't care if it's salt.
Okay, so first, we're going to put the egg in the fresh water.
So just
Very gently, so it doesn't break, because we want to use that same one. Just like a...
Oh,
Okay, so what happened to it?
it dropped.
It sank, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you put it in the fresh water, and it went down to the bottom. Now, put in the salt water, see what happens. Very gently. Like a...
It
What's
floats.
It's floating. Isn't that
It's
neat?
wet.
So, what happened to it in the fresh water?
It just sunk down.
Just a minute. And what happened to it in the salt water?
It floated up.
Why
And
do
so
you
did the
think-
water.
Why do you think that happened?
Because it has salt and
And what caused it to float?
salt and water.
Well, the salt and the water was the difference, but why? Why did the salt water float?
I don't know.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Which kind of water would be denser or heavier? Fresh water or salt water?
Heavier?
Mm-hmm. If we had the same amount of water
This one?
and we put salt in one and didn't have salt
Salt.
in the other, which one do you think would be heavier?
Salt.
Okay, that's right. The salt water would be heavier. It would be more dense because it has the salt mixed in there with it, right?
Look, the egg.
Okay, Penny, are you listening?
Yeah.
It would have the salt mixed in with the water. So in the fresh water, the egg was heavier than the water. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And so when the egg was heavier than the water, it sank to the bottom. But in the salt water, the water is heavier than the egg, so it holds the egg up.
That's weird.
It is weird, huh? So is your guess about which kind of water correct?
Now.
No. Why not?
Because I guess fresh water.
Mm-hmm. So do you understand that the egg floats in the salt water because the water is heavier than the egg?
Yeah.
And it sinks in the fresh water because the egg is heavier than the water?
Yeah.
Put it back in the fresh water and see what happens.
I'm trying. I can't grab it.
Gently.
Oh.
It sank again because the egg is heavier than the water. So what did you learn
Look,
today?
it's so big.
What did you learn today?
That fresh water is lighter than salt water.
Good. And that salt water helps things
It's float.
float.